What's up, everybody? I wanted to jump on here and give you a little information, a little education about how we can start to approach any type of pain that just pops up. Nagging, chronic, whatever, it's a place to start. Now, obviously, you should always seek out a professional to really find out. Just assuming that something is going to work through an Instagram video is not the best course of action. You should actually get assessed because there's a number of reasons why you could be in pain. But when we provide exercises online, it's just an option that could work for you. So here's a template that you can follow if something pops up. For example, if my elbow hurts, here's the way you could start to approach it. Number one, assess it. Where does it hurt? How does it hurt? Just saying, ow, my elbow hurts, does not give any information as to the baseline or what actually is going on. So we need to assess it to see if whatever it is we do, does it get better, does it stay the same, or does it get worse? It's all good information that can lead us down a more specific path to fixing it. So if my elbow hurts, does it hurt on the inside? Does it hurt on the outside? Is it right on the joint? Does it hurt when you're flexing it, extending it? This is all really good information that's going to lead you down a path. So one, assess it. You can also put a pain scale on it, 0 being no pain to 10 being extremely pain. When you do this motion, X insert motion there, what number pain is it? So that's your assessment first. The second thing we're going to do is just give it a little bit of good stimulus. So oftentimes we'll start off with just some light topical rubbing called skin stim. And the reason why we do this is because in your brain, sensory, feeling this, comes before motor function. So you have sensory, motor function. As information is traveling up through your spinal cord from the back of your head to the front, okay, it's going to hit the sensory area first, and then motor comes after it. If you don't have good sensation in that area, whether it's your elbow, your hip, your shoulder, whatnot, then the motor function is not going to be as good either. So we want to make sure that has good sensory information first, and this is just one way that we can give good sensory information. And there's tons of ways we can do sensory information, but that's just a really quick way you can do. So, light topical skin stim, 30 seconds, reassess. Did it get better? Did it stay the same? Or did it get worse? If you got better, great. Start adding in a little bit more skin stim into that area. Have better motor function, decrease levels of pain. If it stayed the same, okay. If it got, don't really need to do much there, just know it doesn't hurt anything. If it got worse, though, then we know that you're not responding well to skin stimulation, so you might need some sort of other sensory input, which we're not going to cover now, but just know that you don't need to do that right now, okay? The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to your opposing joint. So the opposite of my right elbow is my left knee. What we're going to do is do a little mobilization on your left knee. So I don't know if you can see this. Let me move this back just a little bit. But all I'm going to do is a little knee circle. Nice and smooth. Trying to control it as much as possible. I have a lengthened spine. I'll reverse it. And these two joints in your brain are wired together. It also would be your opposite shoulder, opposite hip, opposite wrist, opposite ankle. And then when we get to the midline, we have your thoracic spine, your lumbar spine, your tailbone, and your neck. From there, you have the coccyx. That is actually your tailbone, and then your jaw. So that would be number two. Did it get better, stay the same, or worse? You're just reassessing after, okay? The third step that we're going to do is go to either a joint above or joint below. So you could go below and mobilize your wrist. All right? Check it again, reassess. Do some wrist circles, mobilize it, reassess. Hey, did that elbow get better, stay the same, or did it get worse? And all you're doing is finding, if it gets worse, then you know that that exercise is not for you. But if it starts getting better, then it's leading you down the path to improvement. After your wrist, that's the joint below. We're going to move to the joint above. We can send good information to the elbow by mobilizing shoulder joint. Okay, a couple shoulder circles, reassess. Did it get better, stay the same, or worse? If that didn't go, I'm going to go all the way up even more. I'm going to go to the neck joint because where those nerves come out of the neck, they feed down the arm. So you could have some area impingement somewhere that's causing bad information to the joint. Okay, so I might do some neck exercises, some rotations, okay, some tilts, trying to unjam any cervical joints that might be causing issues down in the elbow. All right, if that didn't work, hey, let's try going right to the joint itself. Maybe the joint needs a little bit of love. Okay, but oftentimes we don't do that right away because it's usually not the area where it's in pain. The area that's painful, most of the time it's not it. It's just a signal that you need to change something. But we're going to go right to that joint, give it a little love with some elbow circles, and then reassess. That's an easy template that you can follow to see if you can lessen some of that pain. And we could do that with any joint too. You just have to critically think through it. Assess, reassess to make sure anything that you're doing feels better. Give it some skin stim. Go to the opposing joint. After that, a joint above or below, and then you kind of just keep working up the chain closer to the brain in terms of the joints. Hope that helps. It's an easy way for you to start critically thinking through some of these issues, and you don't want to just let things nag. You know, at least try something. Try movement. Movement's medicine. Movement can help a lot of discomfort, nagging tweaks, aches, and pains. And it just takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of intention to perform those movements. So don't just go through the motions. Actually try to be very intentional about your movement, and your body should respond pretty well to it. If you have any questions, comment, reach out. We're always here for you.